They call her the lady, but not out of respect. It's just that the generals who run Burma, or Myanmar as they've renamed it, are so threatened by Aung San Suu Kyi they can't bear to utter her name. This one tiny, intense woman has one of the world's most brutal regimes living in fear of her. The military has portrayed her as an interloper who's lived abroad too many years, but that hasn't stifled massive public support for her. They put her under house arrest, but, as with Nelson Mandela, that succeeded only in making a martyr of her and helped her win the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, free from house arrest, the lady has emerged unrepentant, more popular, and even more determined. She has been shut away from the world, shut away from a country many believe she should rightfully be leading. But after 6 years of house arrest, Aung San Suu Kyi is finally free, speaking to those who risk their freedom to listen. Do you think that it's some kind of fate that you're here in your country at this time doing this?
I don't really believe in fate. I've said this quite often. I think you choose to do what you do, and you reap the fruits of your deeds.
The fruit that has been denied Suu Kyi and her supporters is democracy, a word which for more than 30 years had no political translation in Burma. Instead, a ruthless military dictatorship turned what was once a prosperous country into an economic basket case. There seemed to be no way out until 1988, when Aung San Suu Kyi came home, to the dismay of the ruling generals. Have you considered, and I'm sure you have, why they regard you as such a potent threat?
Because I have the support of the people. The people are not afraid of me, and because they're not afraid of me, they tell me what they think.
The flip side of that is that they are afraid of the current government, yes?
Of course.
The military regime is so threatened by Suu Kyi that its intelligence service photographs us and everyone else who visits her. Early on in our interview with this senior minister, it became obvious that we weren't the only ones filing a report.
Before you come to me, I know I've been read in a report that you went to see somebody twice.
Somebody?
Yes.
Who was somebody?
You will know yourself.
Do I assume that you mean Aung San Suu Kyi?
That's up to you only.
Well, you have to help me out a bit. We've seen a number of people here.
Yes.
So that's somebody.
So at the moment, I don't want to talk about the political. I want to let you know only that we are trying our best to develop a country and to make our people happy.
But when you say we talk to somebody, and I interpret that to mean Aung San Suu Kyi, is that a concern to you that we should talk to her?
No concern. We don't have any concern.
Right.
We don't have any concern.
After a lifetime abroad, Suu Kyi returned to Burma to nurse her dying mother and immediately became a beacon for the emerging democracy movement, not only because of what she stood for, but also because of who she was. Her father, General Aung San, assassinated in 1947, was the hero of Burma's struggle for independence.
I was 2 when he died, and later I did research on his life because I wanted to know more. I wanted to know what he was like.
Do you regard him as a hero?
Yes, I do.
Do you think you've inherited any of that from your father?
Well, I think my father, like me, was not born courageous. He has said, and other people have said, that when he was quite little, he was also frightened of the dark. You know, he was frightened of ghosts and things like that, and so was I. So I feel very close to him because I feel that, like him, I had to struggle to overcome my weaknesses.
But the year of her return, the army founded by her father massacred nearly 3,000 pro-democracy protesters and set the stage for Suu Kyi's rise. The chaos caused by the crackdown forced the ruling generals to reform themselves as the State Law and Order Restoration Council, SLORC. They even promised elections in 1990, But they ensured that their biggest threat, Suu Kyi, was out of the picture by placing her under house arrest in 1989. Did the government give you opportunities to leave this house, to leave this country?
Their attitude was that if I would leave Burma, I could be free any time. But I would certainly not have left the country and left my colleagues to face their troubles by themselves. It was something that I could not think of doing.
In their surprising concession to democracy, the promise of free elections, the ruling generals obviously had no idea of the outcome. No idea that the opposition NLD party would command any substantial support. The result of the 1990 election could not have been clearer. Despite the fact that its leader was locked away, the NLD won over 80% of the seats. But instead of taking office, many of its members were thrown into jail, where they remain today. A new Amnesty International report tells us that little has changed in Myanmar. Political prisoners are still subjected to many forms of torture.
We don't hold political prisoners. We hold those who commit crime only.
So there are no political prisoners in this country?
No.
Lieutenant General Chaw Ba is the minister in charge of what is currently Myanmar's most crucial portfolio, tourism. What do we make of all these things? For instance, you know very well, of course, that United Nations report earlier this year that made some outrageous claims about what happens.
But they don't go very deeply inside to see what are happening.
But, sir, that there were some very specific things there that make one's hair stand on end, like beatings taking place, like shackling, like burning, like stabbing prisoners, like rubbing salt and chemicals.
No, we don't have that thing. No. They're writing all the rubbish thing. We don't have anything. No.
Rubbing of salt and chemicals into prisoners' wounds, political prisoners' wounds?
No, we don't have that things. No. No, we don't have.
Beatings,
I think,
stabbings,
no beating.
burnings?
No beating, no burning, no. It's all the, it's the misinformation.
The stories that we hear about torture inside prisons here, about unwarranted arrest, about political arrests, this is all the case? You know this to be true?
Yes, I do. It is a fact that many people are in prison in Burma for their beliefs, for their political beliefs.
By Western accusation, what you call abuses in human rights, we do not take them as such.
Set Mong acts as economic advisor to Slork. He, like those he answers to, believes that brutality is in the eye of the beholder.